everyone, it's Jeannie again, and I am here for Flosstube. I believe it's number 37, but like I said, it'll be correct on the title of this video. And so I have a few things to share. I haven't done a ton of stitching, not as much as I would like, but I wanted to show you my whips I've been working on, talk about my WIPGO process. I do have a new start. And I do have an itty teeny tiny little bit of haul. I know I said in my last video I'm on a no buy. I'm trying not to really buy craft stuff this year, and I've actually done pretty well, and I'll tell you why I bought what I did when I get to that section. But anyway, let's start out with my whips. And I want to start with my Mill Hill kit. And you guys, again, I didn't get very far on this. I have been the Frog Queen. I don't know what it has been this year, but I can't seem to count. And so I have had to pick this out several times, which is kind of a bummer. But anyway, I think I'm on the right track now, and I think I said in my last video I'm really in the mood to do some beading, and so my daughter had gotten me this little Mill Hill kit of this cute little hedgehog, and it is a refrigerator magnet. And so because I wanted to bead and I didn't want to buy anything new, this was like the smallest. I have a couple other Mill Hill kits, but this was the smallest one I had, so I pulled it out, and really there's a lot of stitching on it. There's a lot of cross stitch, there's a lot of back stitch, and of course there's a million beads because it is a Mill Hill. But let me show you where I am. I am right here, so not too far. I'm kind of here, sort of in this part of the hedgehog's face. But this is my first time on perforated paper, and I kind of like it. It's really a lot more sturdy than I thought it would be. So so I'm not really having any problems with it. The needle does kind of fall through. And so if I could count, it is a little bit different to count since it doesn't have the weave. So I'm finding that I can't count too far. I have to stay next to stitches that I've already done because, like I said, for whatever reason I can't count right now. So so I'm not taking any chances. But anyway, so that is my little Mill Hill Spring Bouquet Collection hedgehog little magnet. So, and it's going to be a while before I am ready to bead, but anyway, but I am enjoying it. Then this is one of the things I started, that was a New Year, New Start, and then I also started this. I've been, if you saw my last video, you know that I'm a crazy cat lady now, kind of unintentional, because I have, my daughter took in a stray that had 6 kittens, and so we took a couple of the kittens, and then another cat just, showed up at my house, and I started feeding her, and now she lives with us. So, but anyway, so I wanted to do some cat pieces because I really didn't have a lot of cat pieces. So I got this at the end of last year, and I really thought it was cute. It was very inexpensive. It's a dimensions kit, and it came with everything, the hoop and the Ada. But I thought, gosh, wouldn't it be fun to put it on a different fabric? Especially, I thought green would be especially nice to kind of bring out the eyes. So so anyway, so I've been working on this, and I did swap out the fabric for this. Is Picture This Plus Monster Mash. So it's a green with kind of a mottled gray. I don't know if you can see that mottled gray. It's kind of washing out, but anyway, so I did go ahead and I've done all the ears are completely done. I've done pretty much the top half of this, and I started on the back stitching. I decided I'm going to go ahead and back stitch the top, and then I'll start working down, and hopefully we'll get to the eyes here fairly soon so I can see how good they look on the fabric. But that is where I am on that, and this is 14 count Monster Mash Ada. Like I said, Picture This Plus. It was a scrap that I had. So so that is that. I'm enjoying that. And then I guess we'll get into talking a little bit about WIPGO, because I kind of had a WIPGO. I don't want to say it's a failure, because I know if you listen to Jessie Marie, she's like, it's your board, your plans. You can change it if you want to, and I didn't have any intentions to, but you guys, I put a few squares on my WIPGO board that were not cross stitching. I had a couple of squares for finishing, which it was what was called in January. Then in February, what was called was to do a felt ornament, and then also to either start or finish one of my greyhounds. And so I didn't do the felt ornament. You guys, I just wasn't in the mood. And I got the kits out a few times, and I just I do have a few that are like themed. I have one kit that's themed for the ocean, where when I did my daughters, if you saw me refurbish their stockings, I did a mermaid for my daughter, a felt applique mermaid. But I didn't want to do a Christmas ornament. I'm a very seasonal stitcher, and I did not want to do a Christmas ornament. So I just couldn't get the gumption to do the felt ornament. So I didn't do one. So I didn't get to cross off my WIPGO board. I may, if the mood strikes me to do one of the summer ones, I may go ahead and try to squeeze it in this month to finish it up. But I don't know. We'll see. But the other thing that was called, one of the numbers that was called was to, again, start or finish one of my greyhounds, and this, you guys, this pattern is by the Blue Flower, one of my favorite designers. Hi, Janine. But yeah, so, and I am not doing this full piece. I am doing these, this calls for 40 count, and I am doing them individually. And if you saw last month, for January, one of my finishes was the February greyhound. So, and because I didn't have one on the go, I started one, so I actually have them all done through June, and so I started July, and so I got just a little start on July here. I got the border done. I started on this flower on the side and got the name of the month in there. And this, you guys, I'm doing on, I believe this is 28 count linen. I don't remember the color though. It's a light blue. So the called for, it's not the called for, but I'm doing it with all the called for threads. And it's a white greyhound, and I'm working on this little flower here. So anyway, so I did get to cross this off my WIPGO board. So that was good too. So that was a WIPGO for February. And again, I may try to make up that felt ornament, but gosh, here we are into March, and I finally, WIPGO finally called some cross stitch for me on my board. And I didn't, like I said, I probably have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 squares that are not cross stitching. It's more like finishing or starting something, or whatever. Or to do a felt ornament, and I was like, gosh, I want to call some cross stitch. So finally I got cross stitch called. So let me show you what got called for March. And I just got these out today and kind of got them ready to stitch on because they were put away. So the first one, you guys, is and here I say I'm a seasonal stitcher, and one of the things I am gonna work on this month. And one of the squares that got called was my Jan Lynn stocking with the penguins on it. And so I will be working on this month, and my goal for this is to do 3 hours on it. And you guys, I haven't done a whole lot on this. This was a Mania start. I don't think I've done a traditional Mania since 2019 or something, so it's a few years old, and I really haven't worked on it too much. And this is typical of Jan Lynn. And who's the designer? It's a Stony Creek design, so tons and tons of backstitch and lots of detail, which I love when it's done, but it's, there's just a lot to do. But anyway, so I just have the very smallest little start. I did start in the middle, and so this is that middle penguin's hat. So I believe I am right in here. So I might try to get in the 3 hours, try to get the hat done. I haven't decided if I'll do the hat or if I'll work down into the penguin's face, but I don't know, that purple's kind of calling to me. So maybe I will work on that. But you guys, I'm slow. I'm pretty slow, but I'm using all of the kit stuff, and I've got my cute cute Yukon Cornelius needle minder there. And so this will be one of my focus pieces for March for WIPGO. So I need to get 3 hours on my Janlin stocking. The other one that got called, I'll pull it in here, was my Night Spirit Studio, excuse me, Plague Nurse. And let me, this one, you guys, is on my Samsung tablet. So let me pull it up and show you what this is a free pattern again, like I said, from Night Spirit Studio. And I love it. So this is what it will look like when it's done. Let's see. So, and this, you guys, I did start in 2020 because this was kind of my, I hate to say commemorative piece for the pandemic, but, you know, just to mark this place in time, this unprecedented place in time. This was the pattern that I decided to do. And if you were not aware, if this is your first time seeing my video or you haven't seen my videos, I'm a nurse. So it has been a hell of a few years for us in the medical community, as many of you know. So anyway, so this was also called. So I'm excited to work on this, and yet I'm not excited to work on it because you guys, I'm doing on, what am I doing it on? I'm doing it on 28 count black casual linen with all the called for DMCs. And you guys, I'm having a terrible time seeing on the dark fabric. So I'm going to try, so I don't have a very big start on her, but I'm going to try to get, maybe shine a light underneath. I probably would have been better off doing this on an Aida, but I like the way it looks on even weave better, or on linen. So, so I'm gonna forge ahead. It's not a huge piece, so I'm gonna forge ahead, but you can see this is her, I also started in the middle, and this is her little sleeve here and her bodice, and going up to her collar. So anyway, so I'm going to try to work on her. I think I'm going to work up because I'd like to do her head in the mask and maybe her hair if I can get it. And again, my goal is to get 3 hours on Plague Nurse. So that is the other one that I called for WIPGO for March. So I'm excited I actually get to do cross stitch this time. I did have a new start. I did go ahead and start the Riolis Fairy. And this one doesn't really have a name that I can see on it. Maybe you guys are seeing it and you're just, you know, but I don't see a name on it, but there she is. Sorry, there's lots of glare from the window. I'm sorry, it's kind of blown out. But anyway, my daughter asked me to stitch her a fairy, and I do have a Mirabilia fairy I want to do for her. But again, I'm sort of in my no-buy year, and so while I have the fabric and the pattern and the specialty floss for that fairy, I don't have all the DMCs and stuff. So I am just going to wait to start it till I can purchase those. But I did start on this cute girl. And one of the things I think, and it's a teeny tiny little start, you guys, I mean really just a few stitches, but I think I may do something different with her face. I'm trying to zoom in there, but she looks kind of pissed. So I think I may try to make her not looking so grumpy or angry or like she smells garbage. So I may borrow, I think it's her eyebrows. Her eyebrows are kind of slanted down. I don't know if you can see that. So anyway, so I may try to change her facial features to more of like a Mira or a Nora Corbett face. But anyway, here's my teeny tiny little start. And I think I mentioned in my last video that I was going to change out the fabric, and I did. You guys, I ended up choosing, I got in my stash, and I ended up, you probably saw on the pattern, I ended up choosing 28 count Sprite Lugana by Picture This Plus, and it's a really pretty kind of lavender color. And I think even though there's a lot of pink and purple in this pattern, you can see my measly little 10 stitches there or whatever. But let me pull the floss out and I can show it to you on the fabric. I think it'll be okay, because even so of course the greens will be great, but but even the kind of most purplish one here that matches the fabric closest, it is in darker stitching, so it's not like on the border that's right next to the fabric, so I think it will be okay. So, and like I said, doing my no buy, so I didn't want to purchase new fabric for it. This little needle minder I made, I just made it from a little cabochon that I had. But yeah, so that is the very meager little teeny tiny start of my Realist blue-haired fairy. So yeah, so there's that. And then my last thing, you guys, is my haul. And I know you're going, Jeannie, come on, you said you weren't going to buy. But I did go ahead and purchase a couple of patterns on Heaven and Earth Designs when they had their sale. And you guys, I really wasn't going to, but then I found really the perfect pattern for my son, and I had been wanting to stitch him a dragon of sorts, and so I have to sort of blame Chris Cross Stitch, so I'm christening it up here. He and some others are doing a stitch along with this pattern, and when I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, that pattern is perfect. So so one of the ones that I bought, and like I said, I wasn't going to buy it, but then you can see me in the glare there, but it's the Mini Train of Dreams by Randall Spangler. And you guys, when I saw this pattern, I thought, this is perfect for my son. Now, my son, you guys, is almost 30 years old, but he loves books, which you can see the bookshelf in the background. So he still loves physical books. You can see there's a cute little dragon sleeping, and then there's another one that's like the engineer on the train. And then the other thing, you guys, I love about this pattern, I'm sorry about the glare, is he graduated, as I did, from Purdue University, and he's still a huge fan, and the school mascot is a Boilermaker or a train. So I thought, oh my gosh, it's got dragons, books, and a train on it. I've got to get it. And like I said, I wasn't going to buy it, but I don't know. Let me zoom in this way for you. Maybe it won't be quite as glary. But I don't know, you guys, I look terrible. Sorry if you can see my reflection. But I don't know how long patterns stay on Heaven and Earth, because I've never done one before. This is my first one. And I also, they had a 50% off sale. And I thought, I better just get that, because I know it's just perfect. It's exactly what I've been looking for. And so I went ahead and bought the pattern. But I did get it for half off. So it was about $5, I think $4.80 or something like that. And it's the mini. So anyway, so I did cave on my no buy, and I bought that, and because there was a sale, I went ahead, you guys, and got one other one. This one, let me see. This one is mini, oh gosh, that keeps seeing my face and I'm scaring myself. I'm so sorry. This one is Mini Evening by, oh my gosh, Leonid Abramoff. So I'm gonna put that down there so you guys can maybe see. Okay, so again, sorry for the scary old lady face in the reflection. But my husband, you guys, loves Abramoff. In fact, years ago, he bought some prints, and we still don't have them framed, but he just found him online and bought some prints. And I thought, eventually I would love to do I'd love to stitch him one of these patterns. And so because they were on sale, Heaven and Earth has a nice selection, so I decided to go ahead and just bite the bullet and get this one. And again, this was also like $5 because it was 50% off. So I went ahead and chose that one, and I really love the blues and purples in this, and I think he will love it too. So my question, you guys, for you, those of you who do full coverage, I really want to do, when I start Train of Dreams, which I'm not planning to start it anytime soon because I can't, it has like 90 colors, and I maybe have a few of the flosses, but I don't have a full set of DMC or anything, so I need to purchase the floss. And since I'm not buying, I'm not planning to start it anytime soon. But what I would like to know is, I really would like to do it 10 stitch. So I'd like to do 2/1 half cross, and I would love to know what fabric you recommend. I know the pattern recommends 25 count, but I think they're thinking full cross. So I don't know if it's 1/1 full cross, as I think it's what it is. So I'm wondering, would 2/1 half cross, would that be this equivalent coverage? I don't know. Or should I try 28 count 2/1? That seems like it will be awfully tiny though. I think I'm going to get, once I can buy again, I think I'm going to get easy count or easy grid fabric, because I've never used that before either. And I think I'll need that for my first attempt at a HAED. So so anyway, so that, you guys, is my Flosstube and my progress on WIPGO and all of that. I'm excited that I drew some stitching this time. Finally, 3 months in, I actually got some I'll get to work on some of my long lingering whips. So I've got that, so I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, yeah, so enjoying that, still enjoying my kitties, and I hope everybody out there is doing well. The world is a scary place right now, and you are all in my thoughts and prayers. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye.